Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel, the channel where I like to talk about the good, the bad, and all we have to know about Italy. So, in today's video, I'm going to talk about expat expectations. All right. So, I found an interesting comment, an interesting post on Facebook in the group Expats Living in Italy, and so I decided to make this video. So basically this video, let me introduce you a bit. The video is more about American citizens who would like to purchase a property in Italy, simply because we are going to talk about the exchange rate US dollar euro. So basically, anyway, I guess everyone might be interested about this video. Europeans obviously don't have these problems because we have the euro. But even if you are from Canada, from Australia, or from any other country, so you still have to deal with the exchange currency, the conversion rate of the currency. So basically, this is for someone who would like to buy a property in Italy, it's a cost that has to be put in the basket, something that has to be considered. All right, so now before I'm going to read the post, please put like and subscribe if you like my channel, and also you can join my Facebook group called Italy, a place to love. All right, so let's start reading the post, and then we will also read the comments under the post to see if there's anything interesting that is worth it, to know. Okay, let's read the post. I have a question regarding the current conversion rate. So I have a question regarding the current conversion rate from dollars to euros. So they wrote conversation. I mean, maybe there is a mistake, but conversion rate from dollars to euro. My husband and I are currently in the process of purchasing a home in Italy. All right. We are at the beginning stages of making an offer. All right. So they are in this. So they already found the property that they like, that they would like to buy. I'm afraid the dollar will keep dropping. Now, this is a fear, it's a feeling that many Americans would like to purchase a property, even in Spain or Portugal or anywhere in the Eurozone, they are dealing it. It's a problem that they are facing. So we recently took a class with blah, 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 with someone, and said that the dollar might drop down to 30%. Now, nobody knows, okay. We know that the dollar is weakening towards the euro in the last year, in particular, year and a half, from 1 to 1. Now we are at 1.16, 1.17, 1.18. So for €1, you get $1.17. Now, of course, no one can predict the future, so I took that with a grain of salt. Grain of salt, I like this expression because I would translate it with a pinch of salt, but I know the expression is a grain of salt. My thought was to convert our savings to euro now. In case it drops more, that will be a safekeeping. I think this can be a good move, can be the right move to convert now. For example, to convert now in euros. If I'm American, and if I'm thinking that if we are predicting that the dollar might devaluate more towards the euro, I would say yes. It will be convenient, even if, for example, I start thinking that it might be convenient for me to start buying dollars now. I'm thinking about. I'll see what's going on in the next 3-6 months, but I will explain you why. Maybe I will make a video about why for me it's convenient to buy dollars now. All right, so I sign up for Revolut and currently have a Wise account, but not sure of which one to use. Any advice is appreciated. All right, so let's see what the comments are saying. Anyway, I agree. I would follow anyway. I agree with this comment, with this post, with the idea that if your intention is to purchase a property or a land, a piece of land, could be convenient to convert your dollars now, or even to purchase now rather than maybe wait 1 year or 2 years. Then, even if what if the dollars go back to get stronger? Now many people are saying that the dollar is going to weaken, but we never know. Now, there is really no way to predict. I'm reading already one comment, and I totally agree. There is no really way to predict. I went through similar situation recently. I literally watched the Wise rate daily. Now, I'm not familiar personally with Revolut or Wise, so anything like this. There is one question about these two platforms that I would like to ask you, but we'll see later. Sometimes several times a day, and converted when I thought it was decent. I also read a lot of predictors each week, although that's nothing in stone. Anyway, yeah, hard to predict. So someone went through a similar situation and watching the rates daily. And again, the best would have been to have converted dollars 1 year ago, 1 year and a half ago, when we start seeing that the exchange rate weaken towards the dollar. Then you are unclear in many levels and not giving enough info. Where is your money? I like this type of comments. Okay, these are my favorite one. A bit pushy. Now, and someone say, "What is unclear? How is she unclear?" She says dollars. The only place is USA. Okay, now I'm laughing because obviously dollars are not only in the USA. There is the Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar. Anyway, there are different type of dollars. But for me, it's clear that if I see dollars, I mean, I wouldn't even question myself. If I see dollar, for me is United States. Then, if it's not an American dollar, I would say someone to specify, to point, okay, it's a Canadian dollar, because if it's not specified, if it doesn't say Canadian, if it doesn't say Australian, to be honest, I would straight away guess here where her money is. Someone keep repeating, like didn't understand that is American. Dollar is found in Canada and Australia as well, so not clear. I understand your view, blah blah blah. But anyway, for me, uh, we have an Italian home brought with the New Zealand dollars. USA is not the only country that uses dollars for currency. Again, if it's not an American dollars, you write Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, and so on. And the author replied to this message and say, yes, I'm in the US. I also currently have my dual citizenship application with Los Angeles Consulate. I have about another 1 year and a half till that's done. Now, I don't know if it's 1 year and a half before she wants to purchase the house or the citizenship application. Anyway, no, by the post, it seems like, anyway, she made an offer, so she's ready to buy now. Let me go back again 1 second, because that's what I read in the post of making an offer. So we are at the beginning stages of making an offer. Now, if you're making an offer, to me, it sounds like you have already found the property, but that you would like to buy. But now, convert to euro now. That's it. I'd say so. If I'm American and I want to buy in Europe, let's say I would convert now. I would convert now. I would buy now, even if in 1 year time the dollar gets stronger again. Okay, I lost. Life is made of making profit and losing. So winning and losing. So if I buy now and in 1 year the dollar devaluate even more, then I'm gaining. If I buy now and the dollar goes back to a strong dollar, I'm losing. That's it. Anyway, life is made of winning or losing. Life is made, in particular, investing is a bet. Anyway, it's always a bet. Obviously, we have to try to. I'm not entering now in the topic if it's convenient to buy a property in Italy and so on. There are high costs, maintenance costs. So there are a lot of things to say. Now, here we are just focusing on the fact that you might be profitable or not to buy at this exchange rate. Then someone says, use Wise to transfer the money to Revolut. You can at least earn interest on your money. That's also true. Anyway, because I think these platforms, they're giving a decent percentage, like 3 or 3.5 percentage interest on the deposit accounts, which is not bad. Then why you use Wise for Revolut transfer and Revolut to convert euro to euro. Now, Wise is I'm not familiar with this platform, so, but just to read, Wise is very transparent and sometimes has better conversion rates than some banks. Many banks won't be able to give you the exact information about conversion rate you are getting, as the transaction happens later in the day behind closed doors. This can lead to surprise. I totally agree. Anyway, by the groups, by what I'm following, I see that the banks are not really exchanging the currencies at the correct rate. They are putting a lot of fees. So a lot of people, even in particular when Americans or let's say generally foreigners with not euros currency try to cash money from the bank machines, I see that they put, but that's another story. I see they put crazy rates. All right, then. If you are sure you will buy a house in Eurozone, from a financial point of view, it is very wise to convert your US dollar into euro ASAP, as soon as possible. Basically, that's what I said. If you're sure you want to buy a house in the Eurozone, not only in Italy, do ASAP, because anyway, that's what I would do personally, even if, again, even if the exchange rate might go against me in the nearest future, like in 1 year time. But again, you are buying a property, is an asset. So I'd say that if you want to gain, even from that point of view, is an extra gain that you can calculate, yes, but not in a very short time. You can even decide to calculate that in 10 years' time. So maybe in 10 years' time, who knows, the dollar gets so stronger towards the euro that the price you bought now wasn't. Anyway, it could be a good investment anyway. So look at Currency Direct. You can open an account and place dollars in now with an exchange rate guarantee for the future. It was easy to use and transfer to money to Notaio. This is someone who have already purchased. I wouldn't sweat the conversion rate. It's unpredictable. Many people use Wise to convert currency to buy homes. Search on the site for currency conversion, and you will find other conversion services. It's probably a good idea to buy the euros now. In Wise, you can also track the euros to USD rate daily, which is helpful, but in light of US policies and their ridiculous and the horrible dark political state we are in, this exchange rate could deteriorate even further. I'm totally against this comment. This is someone probably straight away against Trump. Anyway, I have my own opinion. It's not about if I like Trump or if I don't like Trump, but it's not really a wise what you say. Uh, it's not really wise to judge now, just now, by Trump. We should judge and see what happened for the last 20, 25, 30, 40 years to be United States in this situation if many people are complaining about Trump. Then someone might not like it, but if you want, I can make a video. Let me know under the comment section if you want to know my opinion about this. But simply, the previous administration had been a completely disaster. Disaster. If I'm Trump now, I don't know. What can I do? What can I do? This is what I found. Also true that Trump was before, but there is something that people should study before judging. Why is the situation in the United States deteriorating that much? Is also because Trump? No. The answer is no. People should study, should do the homeworks, which many people don't do. And then it's easy to blame someone when you don't do the homeworks. It's very, very easy to blame someone. Okay, pitchforks away. The dollar will not get stronger for at least 3 years. That could be interesting. Maybe someone is connecting again with Trump administration, or when the Trump administration is over, the dollar will go back to get stronger. It's not like that. Is anyone concerned about war escalation between Russia and Ukraine like this month? Where's the connection with that? As long as the EU buys Russian oil, wow, this one is even blaming EU because the EU is still buying Russian oil. But are they still buying Russian oil? I thought they stopped. Or they are buying from India the Russian oil. That's stupidity. And she wants European to buy from the American at triple the price, 3 times higher the price. This is what we are celebrating in Europe. The fact that we are buying gas and oil and other raw materials very expensive from United States simply because we cannot buy from. But anyway, it's a pity people don't know how the things really are, but what can we do? This person thinks that we are still buying Russian oil. We're not buying Russian oil because there are the sanctions. We buy the Russian oil through India. We buy the Russian oil through, I don't know, EAU, Emirates, or Saudi Arabia, who they're buying from Russia because they're not stupid, but we are the stupid, and the stupids are always buying at a higher cost. So we are not buying cheap Russian oil or cheap Russian gas directly from Russia. We are paying a lot of money, and that's why the situation financially, we are entering, we are in recession nearly 2 years now in Europe, and nobody is saying anything. But Germany, who used to be the engine of Europe, is in 2 years that is in recession. Boo. So it is almost 20 years of never problem at all. I think your connection might not be current. Anyway, because of a deep international and professional relationship for 2 generations, my eggs are equally divided. Do what you're comfortable with. We do what we are comfortable with. I have the facts. I just don't think sharing on this platform serves anyone but me. Anyway, nothing special. Now, recently used GC Partners. I don't know. Tell me if you're familiar. It worked well, so they probably purchased. I live in Scotland and have the same issue with the pound to euro. I just paid for my new Italian house 2 weeks ago and used Revolut. It was simple to convert the pounds to euros. I paid for my house along with tax and notary fees, and much cheaper than any of the money exchange brokers or banks. Totally agree with this. I'm also using the account in Italy to pay my utilities, and it's so easy to top up the account. To top the account up. So basically, that's a smart move if you really want to buy a house in the Eurozone. The only smart move is to seems to have one of these accounts like Wise or Revolut. Again, I'm not familiar with this platform, so you can tell me down the comment section. I'm curious what investment banks each person giving advice work for. Okay, I'm also starting to figure out how to handle this. I'm an American, so I've been planning on opening a Schwab account. What's the Schwab account? I don't know. Klaus Schwab. I'm not familiar with these things. I can convert dollars to you. Is it a bank that belongs to Klaus Schwab? I can convert dollars to euros through that account. Not sure anyone else ever gone that route. I have Schwab checking account now. Thanks for the suggestion. I will reach them out. I will reach out then to them. Okay, let's keep reading. You could stage dollars for the purchase for peace of mind, but I wouldn't move everything right now. Wise is as secure as any bank, although not FDIC insured. Now, this is very interesting. So I think it's a smart comment, this one. You could stage dollars for the purchase for peace of mind, but I wouldn't move everything right now. Agree. In the meaning that you can do, I don't know, a certain amount at a time. Every month you decide a certain amount. Like this, you make an average of the exchange rate in case the dollar might go back to get stronger. I'm gonna say again, I would buy dollars now. I would start converting euros into dollars now. So I'm the opposite of what people are saying, basically. Why not gold or silver? No way. Who is gonna buy? How can you buy you can still not buy a house with gold or silver. Then someone says, don't save in dollars, don't save in euros, save in assets, gold, silver, equities, and other scarce assets. I mean, don't save in dollars. I mean, first of all, the comment is not, the post is not about saving, and she's buying an asset because, anyway, a property is an asset. So, and she needs money to buy these assets. So, what? I don't understand this post. Okay, wait, I go back 1 second to this comment because now you let me know, because I'm not really familiar. Wise is as secure as any bank, although not FDIC insured. What does it mean, not FDIC insurance? So I had this understanding a while ago, a few years ago, who had this Revolut or Wise account. They were always telling me, don't put big amount of money because these accounts are not insurance, as not insurance. Now I read that this FDIC. So is it risky to have a big amount of money on these type of bank accounts like Wise and Revolut? Are they good just for small amounts, like a few $1,000s, maybe $2,000-3,000, but not to have hundreds of $1,000s on these bank accounts? Let me know under the comment section. I can suggest a few things to consider. Converting your savings to euros now could protect you if the dollar weakens further. Both Revolut and Wise are good options for currency exchange, but compare their fees and the exchange rate to see which one offers the best deal for your needs. Also, have you thought about joining Stock Club and so on? Then, I'm an Italian English speaking. Okay, this is a solicitor. It helps to say what dollar you are talking about. Again, this is someone who didn't understand that we are talking about American dollars. I understood, but someone still doesn't understand. I used Wise to buy my house a couple of months ago. Read on their website how to save bank fees and get the best rates. I got a much better exchange rate than my US bank was offering me. All right. And they have folks to advise on large transfers. I set up ACH transfer to Wise from my US bank, which are free, and converted the dollars to euro in my Wise account, save a few $100s. You can track exchange rates and see what direction they're trending in. The dollar did fall against the euro, yeah. and some are predicting a further fall, but it has been fairly stable since early August. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, again, it might be weakened more. It could be weakened more, but at the same time, consider that euros and dollars are moving on the same railway. So we might not really see this big devaluation of the dollar. Um, I like the idea of converting dollars to euros in preparation for your purchase. If the dollar goes down, you are a genius. If not, you are a genius. Let's say, might say, if the dollar goes down, it's weakening, you are a genius. Obviously, you do now. If not, that means that stay stable, you are still a genius. Anyway, what if it gets stronger? That's another story. Be very careful of keeping large sums of cash in these type of accounts, as my understanding is that they do not have any government guarantees should they collapse. Okay, maybe the comment is not formulated the best, but the first part, be very careful of keeping large sums of cash in this type of accounts. It's matching with just what I've said before. Is it convenient to keep big amount of money? Maybe nothing happens. Fine, you see, you have kept big sums, big amount of money. Nothing happens, but I don't think these are insurance fully as they are the bank accounts. You might want to lock in a forward contract. If you're not familiar with these, I would contact a broker. All right, then we lost $14,000 dollars in the conversion from. Wait, let me read properly this comment because it looks quite interesting. We lost 14K in the conversion from 2024 summer to when we purchased in spring. It was painful. Okay, this is an interesting comment because simply this person bought in the worst moment they could have bought. But maybe the dollar is gonna weaken even more. For me, they didn't lose anything. They like to say we lost. For me, they didn't lose anything. They simply purchased at that exchange rate because with if and but we never built anything. We do things only by action, not with if and but, or if I had bought 1 year before, or but this, but that. No way. That's the worst way to do business. I personally use Wife since years. All right. I'd absolutely buy the euros now. We have used WISE in the past. I personally don't see any indicators that the US dollars will rise or maintain its current conversion. So, according to this one, he doesn't have any indicators that US dollar will go back to be stronger. This the way he's understanding. Again, I don't think it will weaken. It might go, let's say, it might weaken a bit more, the dollar, but but if I have euros now, I would start buying. I go now to one of the topics that I mentioned at the beginning. I would start buying small amounts of dollars now, monthly. Let's say maybe $100, 100 euros in dollars a month. I think I will start. I'll see the next 6 months, and then I will simply start lodging in one. I will open maybe one of these accounts, Wise, and start buying dollars because if the trend goes in favor again, we need to understand that the dollar might weaken towards other currencies which are not euros. But with the euros, if also the euros is weakening with other currencies, there might not be a big. If both, the problem is that euro and dollar are moving on a parallel railway, so they might weaken both at the same time, and you might see that the exchange rate stays quite similar. So the exchange rate between euro and dollar won't go mad, won't go very bad against the dollar for me. Now, we purchased a property in Italy 3 years ago when exchange rate was very good. 1 week after we signed the documents, the rate changed. We saved about 19K just because of that. Good luck. Now, they simply bought at the right time, the best timing. For me, they didn't save anything. I mean, it's not because now they would have paid 19,000 euro dollars more that they saved these 19,000. Was just simply the right timing. And there are things that can be done, or if you want to do it only when it's the right timing. If it's not the right timing, wait. That's it. Simple as easy. For me, in the business, in the trading, this is the only way to succeed. Currency direct, then all right. At one time it was 1.21 to 1, then down to, I remember, it's 1.5 to 1. That for €1 they were giving $1.5 30 years ago. So then down to 0.97, I mean, few years ago, when I saw it at $1.03, again, €1, $1.03, I bought a huge amount of Europe just to be safe. I'm glad I did because I have the feeling that you are right. Okay, maybe this person wanted to buy, so they exchange dollars into euros simply to have euros, and when it's the time then to purchase. But at this exchange rate, at $1, €1, $1, I would have bought euros straight away. But at this stage, I don't know. It's already start being a bit particular, the situation. If we see, let's see what we're gonna see in the next. Now we have the dollar that might go again down to €1, 1.15. If it goes under 1.15, the dollar might go back to get stronger. If we see over 1.2, €1, $1.2, $1.2, then it might weaken even more. Up to 1.3, I don't think it will ever go over 1.4, never. All right. Then, this is an interesting comment. It's a pity the video is quite long. Now, are you absolutely certain you will stay in Italy? How well do you know your new area? How many grandkids do you have in the States? How many friends in the US will you really miss? That's a very interesting comment, but I'm not gonna read it all. Okay, my friends. So, last comment. It's always a gamble deciding when to convert. That's it. It's always a gamble. This is the trading. And trading system is always a gamble. All right, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have watched up to now, please subscribe, put like, and I'll see you here on Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel. Bye.